You're not as white as you think you are. In America, we have something that's called the one drop rule. Black people did not create the one drop rule. White people created it, but they don't even want to live by it, right? Donald Trump could be black for all we know. Has he ever taken a blood test? He's been begging for Obama's birth certificate, right? Forever and a day. So, Mr. Trump, why don't you go take a blood test and let us see if you black or white, right? I'd like to know. I'm not really sure what you are at this point. But it's not about Donald Trump. It really isn't. What it is about white supremacist group is really about the KKK. It's really about the unjustified shootings with an S of black men in America. The killings of black men and women in America is senseless. So I'm hoping that we can all, when all of the smoke clears and everything is over, and I'm hoping the shooting of cops is over, I don't condone that. My heart goes out to the families, the police officers, but also to every black victim, every black man, every black woman that has been shot and killed by a police officer. And a lot of these officers are never brought to justice. It's just in the line of duty. I believe if you kill anyone in the line of duty, you need to be put on leave without pay. The country does not need to be paying somebody who just pulled the trigger, shot somebody in the chest, point blank range. Do we really need to be paying our tax dollars for that? No, we don't. We really don't. And most white people, you're really not as white as you think you are, right? You want to feel like you're justified, like you're superior, like your skin makes you better, right? We can go back to Rosewood where black people were thriving and where they were happy, where they had businesses, they were successful, and they were happy. They were successful and happy, right? And the white community next door wasn't thriving, wasn't happy, so they decided that they would get together and burn down the Rosewood community. White people feel like, okay, you came to America because you were oppressed in your country. A lot of you, not every single one of you, right? You found the Indians here, right? What do? Put them on a reservation. You put the Indians on a reservation. They figure out how to build casinos on those tax-free reservations, and now they're billionaires, and now you're trying to figure out, wait a minute, we done messed up. Hold up, wait a minute. We didn't think you guys were going to outsmart us, right? So whenever somebody outsmart the white people who are supposed to be so smart, then it's a problem. Then we have to go in reverse and try to figure out how to undo what you said was okay. So how are we going to undo this one drop blood, this one drop rule? How are we going to undo that? Because all of you white people in America who are professing to be white, a lot of you are not, right? You have ancestors, some of them that you and not you per se, but your generation, your ancestors hung from a tree. Some of those people are related to you, right? Yes, the white slave master creeped into quite a few bedrooms of black women. Yes. Right. So I really want all of this to come to an end. And my point is white supremacy makes no sense whatsoever. Only in America do we divide based on the color of your skin. And then people look at you and go, well, what are you? If they can't figure out quite what are you? Are you black? Are you white? Why does that even matter? It shouldn't even matter, right? But you guys are always just destructive. That's what black people don't like sometimes. And I'm not saying every white person. Obviously, that would be senseless to say every white person is racist. That is not true. That is just like to say every black person is not racist. That is not true, right? But white people, you're always finding something. Those of you who think you are superior, right? When you guys get together, like there was a white supremacy rally here, you do it because you think you're better than everybody else. You want to suppress black people. You want to stand up and shout and go, we are the best. Based on what? Based on what? That's what I want to know. Because you do that, but when black people stand up, we're just standing up for our rights. We're just saying Black Lives Matter. We're just saying our vote counts. We're just saying positive things over here that we want to be considered equal as Americans and not have to identify as black and white. I think that's what needs to be the presidential platform, is to get rid of all of this ethnicity, black, white, this, that, and the third, and just identify as American. Where is your citizenship? Because that's how most people identify themselves whether they're in France, whether they're in Africa or Egypt. They'll say they're Egyptian, Iranian. It's like they're not walking around saying, oh, I'm black or I'm white. Nobody else does that foolishness. We are so divided. And I really feel like if every black person left America, if every black person left here, white people would find another reason to hate. These white supremacists would then have to turn on religion. Your religion would matter. They'd oppress you because of that. And then your sexuality, they would do that, whether you were straight or whether you were gay, they would bash you because of that. And then women, oh, y'all already attacking women, trying to get rid of abortion clinics, telling women if you're raped, you still have to keep the baby. White politicians, what is wrong with you guys? What is wrong with you so wannabe perfect guys who are out there actually, if truth be told? Let me not get into that because I have a whole list of stuff that I could honestly say about white folks and the things that they do. It's not that black people don't do things. Black people are just tired. In this day and time, in 2016, we are tired, and we should not have to watch on social media our men being killed. But thank God, and women, yes, and women being killed. But thank God for social media, because how many of black men and black people have died at the hands of police officers that people never saw? You never heard about it. It never made it to the media, right? If this was not videotaped by any of the people who were standing by and watching this, either one of these killings, we wouldn't have the information right now. You would make sure of it. It has got to stop. I'm afraid of the police. I'm just going to be honest. I'm afraid of the police. I have been wrongfully arrested, mishandled, and then lied on in the police report. Yes, that has happened to me. Really. And so I know firsthand. So I don't want a cop to stop me for anything. Really. I take an Uber. If I'm going out and I'm going to be drinking, I take an Uber. I don't even drive anymore because I am just so afraid. I won't even have one drink and try to drive because I know that you guys are watching. You guys don't need a reason. You guys are overly sensitive. It's like black people don't have rights. I was just asking the cop why. Why? And I got arrested. Oh, we're not going to have that. We're not going to have that from you. If I was a white woman, he probably would have answered. He probably would have handled it differently. I believe that. So I know we in America have to start handling things differently. We really do need to come together, get rid of black and white, and just go, are you American? Yes or no? That's what we need to do. Because I'm an American when I go to a different country. The only place I'm not a damn American is in America. That's the only place that I am not an American is when I am here in America. And, white supremacists, you get up there, the Donald Trumps of the world, you don't like immigrants, you don't want to support it, but a lot of you hire immigrants under the table, they're running these restaurants, they're working in the kitchen, they're building all of these properties left and right, putting them up for you. You can get cheap labor right here, right? You don't like them, you don't want them here, but they're running America. They are literally building America. And that's not to say blacks and whites aren't in construction, but I am saying a lot of minorities, a lot of immigrants are in construction. They are doing this. They are building this country that you want to sit back and claim rights to and act like we don't matter. That's the damn problem. A lot of you guys are not as white as you think you are. Take a blood test. Take a blood test. Everybody in America, let's just take a blood test and see. I bet the numbers will flip. It'll probably be majority black. But y'all just don't want to admit that. But you want to get out. Anyway, I'm just going to say, I'm going to end this by saying, in America, we need to start identifying ourselves as Americans. There is no white supremacy. It's in your head, and it's hate. And that's how you enforce it. You enforce it through hate. And a lot of you guys are judges, and you're policemen, and you're out there, and you're supposed to be protecting the public, and you're not. You're not. You're racist, and you're not protecting us. You're not protecting us at all. And America will never, ever, 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 ever be its best. America will never be its best, ever, until you get rid of black and white, until you stop identifying in census through black and white, because the census is a bunch of bullshit. You can't tell if a person is black or white by the color of their skin. It is impossible. You made the one drop rule, but you don't want to live by it. You do not want to live by it. Why? Because your skin color makes you feel better and superior. And I'm not saying all white people, because that would be nonsense. That would be ludicrous. That would be totally ridiculous. Just like white supremacy, KKK, all that bullshit, totally ridiculous. I hope one day we can all identify ourselves as Americans and get rid of the black and the white. But until then, we still have to fight for justice. Black people still have to fight for justice. And do not put down our Black Lives Matter. Nobody's saying white lives don't matter. But cops aren't running around just shooting white people just because of a traffic stop. Just when they're on the ground and helpless. Oscar Grant. Cops just aren't shooting. They just aren't shooting white people carelessly. White people can show up with guns and protest, and nobody does anything to them because they're white. We have got to stop. We really do. Because at the end of the day, when you close your eyes, you're not as white as you think you are. Right? Jesus is black. The oldest human known in history was a black woman. So I don't know how we get to the white. I really don't. Maybe it's just a whole geographical thing. But, we're in America. We're supposed to be the best country, the leader of the free world, right? Whatever. Our people here ain't even free. Not really, But anyway, I'm just going to say you're not as white as you think you are. You are not as white as you think.